A super important skill for any glider pilot who's getting ready to go cross country and fly away from their home airport is the ability to land somewhere that they may not be used to landing a glider at. And so in our glider club, every year or so, we have a Landout clinic where we will do landouts at some of the other neighboring airports or even some of the nearby crop duster strips that dot the landscape in southern Arizona here. Roger here is transitioning over to gliders, and so today we are going to practice landing at two other airports, at Marana Regional and then at Pinal Airpark, and form a little triangle. So we'll get multiple chances to line up on a regular runway and to land there. When flying gliders, you talk about landing out, potentially having to land somewhere other than your original airport where you took off from. But there's another concept that I think is even better than landing out in a field or in the desert, is landing away, which is you're landing at another airport or an airstrip that is intended for landing. And that is a much safer and better option and offers you the chance to aero retrieve if you land somewhere where your tow plane can come and get you. When you're flying cross country in a glider, you don't want to fly over a lot of uninhabited areas. You want to fly where there's civilization, where there are people, because that's where there's going to be airports, places to land, farm fields, and things like that.
Okay, coming up. How high are your feet?
Thank you. Yep. Okay, point at that outside wingtip, tighten up a little bit more on him.
Okay.
It's winter here in Arizona, and while it's still flyable, it's not good for soaring. You can see that haze layer just kind of on the horizon. We've got a high pressure system right now, which just basically that stable air just kills the lift. You always want to know how your radio works so that way you can get either the airport weather or talk on the common traffic advisory frequency. Not all glider radios are intuitive, and you don't want to have to be figuring that out while you're worried about landing somewhere far away from home. When you're landing somewhere unfamiliar, you want to keep as much as possible exactly the same as you've always done it. Run your normal checklist, fly your normal approach speeds, keep the angles to the airfield the same. You may not know what your height is, so you need to keep the angles the same. TLAR, that looks about right, is a good mnemonic and a good way to fly gliders. Oftentimes in gliders, we take off from dirt or grass fields, and so we're not always used to seeing some of the runway and taxiway markings that exist at airports. The two light pappy is going to be on the left side of the runway, and there's also going to be displaced threshold, white arrows that lead up to where the landing portion of the runway actually starts. And that's to help, in this case, with obstacle clearance. And as you see, Roger keeps his touchdown point, it's staying right in the same part of his windshield. He's using spoilers to make sure he stays right on the approach path that he wants to do while he's pitching for airspeed.
Beautiful. Okay. Drive with your feet. Drive with your feet. Very good. Just hold off on those brakes.
Okay.
Drive a little bit more to the left.
Okay, I was going to
Just with those lights and everything. You never want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Now and then
Then
just
break it up.
load up on the brakes.
Okay.
Very good. Awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Exactly what we want.
With the extra long and low wings of gliders, you'd be surprised how often a glider pilot will take out a runway or taxiway light with the edge of their wingtip.
Brakes? I don't know why we didn't want the brakes. Or was that a joke?
I guess. Okay, your canopy looks good from here.
Canopy looks good. Yep, your canopy's good. Okay. No, that's a question. Yes, sir.
You can just do a straight out departure.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Very good. Everything normal.
Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, his tail on my rudder. And off we go.
Not just the Landout, but if you actually aero retrieve from another site, chances are you might be alone and you might having to hook up your own glider, and you will also have to launch without a wing runner, in which case you definitely want to keep everything as close to exactly the same as you're used to.
Much.
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain either.
Okay. Not trying to be a jerk, just trying to make sure we're doing it right.
Hey, how high are we?
We are 200 feet.
Very good.
300 feet. Yeah, make it like the same. Thanks. Don't see him yet. There he is. 11 o'clock high.
Roger.
Again, keep everything exactly the same, even your 200-foot call for when it's safe to turn back after an inadvertent rope break. You want to keep all those same checklists in place. That's another one of our club gliders that I'm going to just point the camera at there. They're doing the same thing behind us that we're doing. And at an unfamiliar airport, you will see all kinds of different aircraft. There was all kinds of craft in the pattern today, and in fact, there were parachute jumpers earlier. And so you want to be aware of all the different potential hazards that can be there. We're on our way now to our second Landout point, at Pinal Airpark. And as you get close to any potential landout spot, if there is a local radio frequency, you don't want to have to be fumbling or searching for that. You'd like to have all that information written down, usually on a card or inside of your electronic GPS, that you can easily pull it up.
Okay, and then do you see where the tow plane? He's at the taxiway, that first taxiway turn off. Yep. Later, like toward whiskey, right down here, like you know. So do you think you're high, low, or right on the money? We're high. Yeah. You know, extend it out, or so you don't extend out too much, because you know what happens is you extend out, then you get into sync. Yep. And then and now you're out of options. So just pull tons of spoiler. Okay. Go full on that spoiler all the way. There you go. And then you can get a little creative with your the shape of your base and final. Yeah. You know. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of 360s on final. Yeah. But you know, a couple extra S turns or looping out a little bit further and then looping back. Okay. You know. There are a number of people over the years at El Tiro that have landed short of the field. Oh, have they? Okay. No one has, and some really great pilots have done this. No one has ever landed long. Okay? Okay. So, I like that. Just keep that in mind. No one ever lands. Just keep that in mind. No one ever lands long. They always land short. Nobody's ever had that. Okay, so now get set up on your final and then use those visual cues. Yep. Is it going up your windscreen or down your windscreen? What's your aim point? Yeah. There you go. So you're like, okay, I got to actually reduce the amount of spoiler to keep the numbers in sight right on the same point of the windscreen. Yep. On the same speed. Very nice. Come on. Nice. Okay, we just right here. I just got straight. Yeah. No, we'll come out. Yeah, give it out. Cool. Perfect.
Thank you.
He'll
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So he'll start spinning, and I'm guessing he'll spin, and then he'll roll out here, and we'll hook up and go.
A rudder problem?
Tucson is famous for its aircraft boneyards, and you can see all these airliners here that line the runway. They're either used for parts or for or are just being kept in storage in the dry climate. And you'll get to see some really great shots when we take off of them. Good job lining up on him.
Thank you.
Perfect. Just stay with him.
There's our 200 feet.
Very good. Thank you. And down to the right, we have the National Guard battalion there.
It's been a long time out there.
Couple of Apaches, but still lots of Blackhawks on the ground there.
What you don't see is all the OUHs. All in the hangar.
You're plenty high enough.
That's good. Okay, release. Okay. Thanks for the tail. Okay, we're back up on frequency too. Okay.
Roger's an advanced student, so on the way back, I decided to throw him a little monkey wrench and gave him a failed spoiler emergency, so he'd have to use his a forward slip to increase his drag to get down. And it's really hard in a composite glider to increase your drag that much. And you're going to see him struggle to use that slip.
Oh yeah, you're going down -7. Now show it the other direction. Okay. Okay. Now you're only going -6, -7. Okay. There you go. So you've got those options. There are tools in your toolbox.
We got that out. Right there. Right there, probably. Right here. There's whiskey. Mitchell. High overhead. Right there.
And then call the brake when you do it. Yep.
Composite gliders like this Grobe 103 have a lift-to-drag ratio of around 36:1. That can be 4 or even 5 times higher than small little airplanes. And so they really rely on spoilers to get down. And unless you've practiced it, using just a forward slip can actually be a little tricky to use it all the way to the ground unless you're practiced with it and know what you're doing.
I'm going to hold this out here. Extend a little bit, not too far.
So here's what I would do. Yep. Fly your normal speed.
Yep.
Okay. And then start using that spoiler when you would use that. Now remember, you can do it. You can do a slip and a turn, but you have to use top rudder. So I would start that slip now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're not going to be able to get enough in there.
Okay.
Okay. And get that nose up a little bit more. We don't want to fly fast. There you go. Really hold that. Slip in there.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Okay, coming left. Let's hear Kelly. Very whiskey.
Really cram in that right rudder.
Coming up.
Look how far the yaw string is off to the side. That's a good slip.
Don't want to be that guy that lands long, right?
Say again?
I don't want to be that guy that lands long.
No, you do not. Okay, go ahead. Okay, your air brakes work again.
Okay. Thank you.
See, even with the slip.
Yeah, no, out.
Yeah.
Way out. Okay.
Good airspeed. And give me all the spoiler you got. But don't land. Don't touch down with full spoiler.
Yeah, okay.
Rated descent is 2 brake. There you go.
A little bit too low first, isn't it?
welcome home.
Okay, thanks. Man, you're right. I